Hey guys, I'm Adam from Top Dog, and this super handsome dude here is Bear. And we're working on something with Bear that I wanted to make a quick little instructional video about. Just kind of real quick, going over kind of my top 5 tips of things that we do to help dogs get ready for a new baby in the household. And this is a really exciting time here because Bear is currently staying with us, but when he gets home, he's got a new little baby at home waiting for him. And so we want to make sure that he is well prepared for that. And his owners have already been doing some of this stuff because we've known this has been coming for 9 months, right? And so they were proactive owners. They didn't wait until there was a problem. They've been asking us for little pointers and tips on this all along the way. And we want to just share, like I said, kind of my top 5 that I like to work on whenever a dog is here with us for training to make sure that that dog's going to be pretty well prepared for that. The first one I like to do is start getting the dog used to those baby sounds. The absolute worst case scenario that can usually happen when a new baby comes home is that the dog hears that whining and crying and they're so thrown off by it that it either A, freaks them out, or B, incites their prey drive. What I mean by that is the dog thinks, ooh, that sounds like a squirrel or a rabbit or something like that. And then they want to go try to play with the baby really inappropriately, right? So we want to desensitize, which means we want to get that dog over those noises. We want to take away all the excitement that comes with those noises. And the way I like to do that, you might feel a little bit silly, is I like to get a baby blanket or a towel, wrap it around a stuffed animal, and pretend like this is the baby right here. And then what I do is I simply take my phone, tuck it in there with the baby, and I pull up a YouTube track of a baby crying, and I'll post a link in the description down below of our favorite one. There's a whole 1-hour track of just this. And all I'm doing right now is just desensitizing him to that. So if he's being nice and calm like this, what I want to do is I want to reward that. He's being a good boy. So I'm going to grab some treats. Good. Now, if he were being super crazy and trying to jump up and grab the baby out of my arms or something like that, I would want to correct him and I would want to follow through until he is calmed down. So again, desensitizing. You can do it, like I said, like this. The other way we do it sometimes is we'll just play that sound in the background of our house. Sometimes we'll just have that playing in the background to kind of get the dog used to it and kind of over those noises. So again, desensitization is step number 1. Step number 2 is exactly what Bear's doing right now, and that is the place command. The place command comes in it comes in clutch so many times when we're working with a dog that's got a new baby at home, because so oftentimes we're trying to go over here, pick up baby toys, we're trying to go over here, change the baby, we got to run across the room to grab the baby's bottle or things like that. And so we want the dogs to have a nice solid place command. Now, I can't take the time right now to go through all the steps of place, but if you get into some of our other videos on Facebook and YouTube, you can find several kind of step-by-step how-tos of the place command. Basically what the place command means, free, is go to your bed, Bear, place, good boy. Go to your bed and hang out there until we tell you you're allowed to get up. And once again, you saw with Bear, the way we tell him to get up is we tell him free, and that means he's free to go about and do his own thing again. Free. Good boy, yeah. So again, the place command, place, super helpful when you're bringing that new baby home because it can get the dog out from under your feet without you having to walk the dog all the way back to their crate or put them in the backyard or put them in another room. They can hang out on place while you're busy doing other baby things, okay? Number 3 thing that I like to do, and some people are going to think this sounds a little harsh, but I believe that dogs should not be allowed in the nursery. So I try to teach dogs a nice rock-solid boundary of, hey, you can't cross this threshold. And the way that I teach that is pretty simple. What we like to do is we like to walk into the nursery, and when the dog tries to follow us, we just turn around and say, or no, and we just step towards them and block the doorway. So I don't have a wall with a door in the middle of the room right here, so we're going to use this over here. Free. And pretend like these chairs here are the wall, and this red board here is the doorway. What I simply do is I go walking through the doorway. When he tries to come in, I say, and then I go back across again. And if he tries to come through, I say, and then I go back across again. So again, pretend like I'm in the nursery right now. He is in the hallway that leads into the nursery. This is the wall. So again, I try to walk in, I turn, nope, you can't come in. And once he's waiting politely like that, I want to go over here and do something like pick up a diaper, pick up some wipes or something like that. Mess with some stuff over here. And when he's waiting politely over there, go back and reward him. Good boy. If he tries to come in, And again, go back and do something. He tries to come in again, you correct him. He doesn't try to come in, you go reward him. Good boy, yes. Good job, buddy. And again, all we're doing is teaching him that he cannot cross this boundary. Now, for those of you that are our clients that have learned like the wait command or to sit politely at doors and stuff, you actually don't want to use any of that to help you with this. Because with this, we just want it to be an unspoken rule that he can't cross that threshold. So we're not going to tell him wait or sit or anything like that, because then he would be expecting us to then release him to go across that threshold. So we're not using any of those things. We're simply teaching him, you're not allowed to cross this threshold. So once again, we walk up to the doorway, he tries to come with, we back him up, and then we go do our thing. If he's polite and doesn't try to come in, we reward him, and he'll start learning that really, really quickly. Good boy, buddy. The fourth thing that I like to do, place. And once again, you're going to have to go back and find some videos for number 4 on this, is teach a solid leave it command. So oftentimes, I mean, I've heard so many gross stories, you know, you're changing a diaper, you set it over here, you go to finish cleaning up the baby, you turn around and the diaper is gone because the dog stole it, right? You want to have a really rock solid leave it command for your dog. And again, we've got a couple different videos on that. We've got our better than a cookie video as well as our chair leave it exercise. So search for those, you should be able to find them hopefully. The leave it command is really crucial when you've got a new baby coming into the household where you've got a dog, because you don't want the dog getting into trouble with all of the baby's belongings. And number 5, and this is one that you got to do a little planning ahead of time for, is introduce the dog to the baby's scent before the baby goes home. So when you got that little 24 to 72 hour window while mom and baby are still in the hospital, what I want you to do is have somebody take a blanket that the baby's been wrapped in, bring it home, and let the dog get used to that odor, okay? Put it beside their kennel when they're sleeping at night, or even just letting them come up and check it out and smell it and stuff. That's a great way as well, because you want the dog, dogs obviously inspect the world through their nose, right? But we don't want the dog getting in that baby's personal space. So one way that they can start to kind of get used to the baby without actually having to smell the baby is by smelling the blankets or clothes that the baby's been wrapped in. So again, like for Bear, for an example, I think, did we ask his owners to bring in some baby clothes? Yeah, so they're going to drop off some stuff before Bear goes home. Sorry, I had to talk to somebody off camera. So they're going to drop off some stuff for Bear before he goes home, so that way we can introduce him to that stuff and he can get used to some of those odors and things like that before he goes home and actually meets the baby. And that takes away some of the excitement, right? We don't want him being overly excited to meet the baby, because with as big as he is, one little swipe of his paw or something could easily hurt the baby. So we want him to walk up and be like, oh, yeah, I've already smelled that thing before, right? We don't want him to be like, what is that? I got to check it out. And so again, that really helps out desensitizing him to the smell of that brand new baby. Anyway, guys, those once again are my top 5 tips. Getting the dog used to different sounds, having a rock solid place command, teaching a dog a solid nursery boundary, teaching a dog a rock solid leave it, and then once again desensitizing to those new smells of that baby are going to be really helpful in making sure that you have success when introducing your dog to your baby, so that way the baby is safe, the dog's not too confused, and everything goes smoothly for you. I'm Adam from Top Dog. Good job to Bear for being our little demo. We're really excited to hear how things go when he meets his new little brother at home, and or little sister, sorry. We've got 2 dogs that are going home to new babies here, and so I got them mixed up. But anyway, goes home to meet his new little sister, and we'll catch you next time, guys. Thanks for watching.